When I tell you this woman by the name of Sonya McKnight is on demon time for real, I mean just that. So this woman's name is Sonya McKnight, and she is a district judge, a magisterial district judge, by the way. And this woman is now locked up, and rightfully so, after this woman allegedly shot her husband in the groin while he was sleeping. She shot her husband in the groin, but also it's been revealed that she allegedly shot her boyfriend who was sleeping in the heads days after they broke up. Now, I don't know if this was a man she was seeing prior to her husband or while she was with her husband, or maybe this is someone from a previous relationship. So it just shows either way, a firearm was involved and two men were indeed shot. A 57-year-old magistrate judge in Pennsylvania is accused of trying to kill her boyfriend, allegedly shooting him in the face while he was asleep last weekend. So this is another dude. This is someone that's not her husband or her ex-husband. Magisterial District Judge Sonya M. McKnight was taken into custody on Friday afternoon and charged with 1 count of criminal attempted murder, 1 count of aggravated assault in the alleged attack of 54-year-old Michael McCoy, authorities announced. He's very lucky to be alive. According to a news release from the Cumberland County District Attorney's Office, the charges stem from an incident in the early morning of February 10th at McCoy's home in the 200 block of Saddle Ridge Drive in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It is alleged that McKnight shot the victim in the head while the victim was sleeping in bed, prosecutors wrote. The bullet entered the right side of the victim's face, traversed through his head in a straight line behind and slightly below his eyes, and exited the left side of his face. The victim survived the gunshot wound but is blind in one eye as a result. While the shooting took place in Dauphin County, Pennsylvania, the Cumberland County DA's office assumed jurisdiction of the investigation at the request of Dauphin County DA Fran Shardo. Shardo explained that his office had a conflict of interest and could not prosecute the case because McKnight was a magisterial district judge in the county. Shardo had initially requested that the state attorney's general office take jurisdiction over the case, but the AG's office also said it had a conflict of interest in prosecuting McKnight. Footage posted online by the Patriot News showed McKnight being transported from the Susquehanna Township Police Station to her first court appearance. She was escorted out of the station with her hands cuffed in front of her and legs shackled. Court documents obtained by Harrisburg CBS affiliate WHP-TV provided additional details about the alleged shooting. According to the report, McKnight and McCoy had been dating each other for about a year. McKnight had already moved into McCoy's home when on February 4th, McCoy decided to end their relationship. Despite asking McKnight several times to leave his home, she reportedly refused. Also on February 4th, McCoy reportedly removed the key to his home from McKnight's key ring, even though most of her clothing and personal items were in the house. When McCoy awoke the following morning, McKnight was gone, WHP reported. However, when he returned from work, McKnight had returned, telling him she had let herself in using the spare key. The next few days were uneventful until McCoy went out to dinner at a restaurant on the evening of February 9th. He reportedly told police that he believed McKnight was following him, a suspicion police were allegedly able to confirm. When he arrived home, McKnight was sleeping on the couch, and McCoy told her he planned to call her mother to assist him in getting her to leave, the Associated Press reported. Michael McCoy stated that it was like she finally understood that it was over, police wrote in a probable cause affidavit. McCoy said he went to sleep at about 11 p.m. and woke up shortly before 1 a.m. with massive head pain and began screaming because he couldn't see. McKnight repeatedly asked Mike, "What did you do to yourself?" Wait a minute. Now keep in mind, this woman shot this man in the head, and then she's going to ask him, what did he do to himself? This woman is a damn psychopath, and on top of it, she's a judge. They need to investigate all her cases. McKnight reportedly called 911 from McCoy's phone and said she needed an ambulance because her boyfriend could not see. When questioned by the dispatcher, McKnight could not explain what happened and stated that she was sleeping and heard him screaming. McCoy had been shot in the right temple and the bullet exited his left temple. He repeatedly told police and medical personnel, "I did not shoot myself." Forensic evidence reportedly revealed the shot came from about a foot away from McCoy's head. McKnight allegedly had gunshot residue on her hands, and the firearm used in the shooting was registered to the judge. McCoy was reportedly released from the hospital on February 11th. McKnight appeared before Dauphin County President Judge Scott Arthur Evans for her arraignment on Friday, who set her bond at $300,000, which in my opinion she should not have had a bond. She was processed at the Dauphin County Central Booking Center and is scheduled to appear in court again for her preliminary hearing on February 6th. Last year, McKnight was suspended without pay from her role on the bench by the Court of Judicial Discipline over numerous allegations of misconduct, the AP reported. Among the findings, McKnight reportedly directed her staff to ignore a claim against her from another woman who claimed McKnight owed her $2,100 from a loan McKnight refused to repay. In 2019, McKnight shot her husband, Enoch McKnight. I was wondering when it was going to get to this point in the growing. However, no charges were filed and she was cleared of wrongdoing after investigators determined that she acted in self-defense. I think they need to look back into that, considering that what she did right here, all because her boyfriend was prepared to break up with her. Now keep this in mind, this woman is or should be at this point, was as in past tense, was a magisterial judge. She's 57 years of age and she's acting like this. This woman is damn near 60, acting like a teenager, all because this man doesn't want to be with her anymore. My guess is the situation that happened with her husband is that he probably didn't want to be with her anymore either, and she decided to shoot him in the groin. Now look at what she did. She shot her ex-husband in the groin. She was found, they cleared her of wrongdoing after they claimed she acted in self-defense, which I do not believe. Then she shot her soon-to-be ex-boyfriend in the head, causing him to be blind, and then tried to make it seem like he did it to himself. Although they found the gun residue on her hand and they found the gun was registered to her. They need to throw the book at her. Now, peek out in the beginning of the article, it was saying they really couldn't prosecute her like that because of a conflict of interest. Bullshit. Had the roles been reversed and this was her boyfriend that did this to her, oh, they would have found a way, no matter what position he might have been in. If the scenario played the same way, if he was a magisterial judge, they would have found a way to throw the book at him. They need to bury her under the jail. She does not need to be outside. She does not need to be in common society. She does not need to be among people. She needs to be behind bars for as long as possible, preferably for the rest of her days. She's already lived out over half of her life, as far as if she wanted to live to be 100. She needs to be locked up. I don't care what they got to pull in order to make that happen, but that's exactly where she needs to be. This woman has shown that she is not fit to be in regular society. It's pretty obvious. This woman was out to kill someone because they wanted to break up with her. It's never that deep. It is never that deep. And look at her. She doesn't even look 57. Looking at her mugshot, she doesn't even look the age that she actually is. I would have never actually guessed that she was 57. I would maybe say maybe in her 40s. But to be close to 60 and she's acting like this, this proves right here that age does not define maturity. And you can't get much more immature than Sonya McKnight.